Good morning, Davao. Good morning, Mindanao. Good morning, North, South, East, and West. This is Gilbert Lopez Martihicatso. For the headlines, weather forecast, easterlies affecting Mindanao. Local news, Davao City Police Office welcomes new director. Online booking fare slightly higher. Passenger who purchase tickets online can proceed directly to their designated or requested buses. DABNOR IPs, Women, Charity Beneficiaries. National news. Mask up amid pertussis threat. Public told. Pag-asa officially declares summer season. International news. US had warned Russia ISIS was determined to attack. Russia's new guided bomb inflicts devastation and heavy casualties on the Ukrainian front lines. Entertainment news. Kiray Celes says Marian Rivera is the opposite of her intimidating image. Ariana Grande drops Yes and single and music video, her first solo release in over 3 years. Sports news. Galleries Tower drops winless strong group athletics for second straight win. JM Calma of Northport Batam Pier wins obstacle challenge. For the features, healthy diet ni Lola. Alamin. How Berlin techno scene transformed the city and gained UNESCO status. For the side story, let's watch this. For the trivia, the city's iconic People's Park is a former detention center turned urban oasis. Mindanao will be partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain shower or thunderstorms due to easterly localized thunderstorm. Moderate to strong or strong winds for east to southeast will prevail over the eastern section of Mindanao with moderate to rough seas, 2.5 to 2.8 meters. Elsewhere, light to moderate winds from east to northeast with slight to moderate seas, 0.6 to 2.1 meters. Local news. The Davao City Police Office DCPO welcomed its new director, Police Colonel Richard Badang, during the turnover ceremony of DCPO headquarters, Camp Leonor, Domingo, San Pedro Street, this city, Friday afternoon, March 22, 2024. The official will lead the 2,424 or 25 strong forces of the agency, including the 19 police stations across Davao City. He will replace the outgoing city director, Police Colonel Alberto Lupas, who served the agency for over 2 years. From February 14, 2022, March 19, 2024. Badang, who graduated from the Philippine National Academy PNPA, class of 1998, is currently the Area Police Command Eastern Mindanao Chief, the equivalent of the Armed Forces of the Philippines AFP, Eastern Mindanao Command. Badang previously was the Intelligence Unit Chief of the DCPO and Police Complaint Review Board, PCRB. He also served as the chief of the Central Visayas Philippine National Police PNP Finance Service. During the event, Lupas thanked the Davaoenos for believing in his dedication and leadership, saying he had a dynamic and transformative experience. Each day represented new tests, new trials, and new opportunities for growth. Through it all, I have learned invaluable lesson in leadership, resilience, and unwavering commitment to serve and protect our beloved Davao City. I am reminded of the country's moment where our resilience was tested. We faced adversaries and emerged stronger and ever. This experience has shaken me, molded me into a leader capable of navigating, the official said. As to the next assignment of Lupas Davao City Police Office, spokesperson Captain Hazel Tuason clarified that they have yet to receive any information about it, as there are still orders that need to be made by their agency. Local news. The Davao City Police Office DCPO welcomed its new director, Police Colonel Richard Badang, during the turnover ceremony of DCPO headquarters, Camp Leonor, Domingo, San Pedro Street, this city, Friday afternoon, March 22, 2024. The official will lead the 2,424 or 25 strong forces of the agency, including the 19 police stations across Davao City. He will replace the outgoing city director, Police Colonel Alberto Lupas, who served the agency for over 2 years. From February 14, 2022, March 19, 2024. Badang, who graduated from the Philippine National Academy PNPA, class of 1998, is currently the Area Police Command Eastern Mindanao Chief, the equivalent of the Armed Forces of the Philippines AFP, Eastern Mindanao Command. Badang previously was the Intelligence Unit Chief of the DCPO and Police Complaint Review Board, PCRB. He also served as the Chief of the Central Visayas Philippine National Police PNP Finance Service. During the event, Lupas thanked the Davaoenos for believing in his dedication and leadership, saying he had a dynamic and transformative experience. Each day represented new tests, new trials, and new opportunities for growth. Through it all, I have learned invaluable lesson in leadership, resilience, and unwavering commitment to serve and protect our beloved Davao City. During the AFP I Speak press conference on Wednesday morning, March 20, 2024, at the Royal Mandaya Hotel, Asia Usop, the manager of Davao City Overland Transportation Terminal, DICOT, said that the fare for online booking is slightly higher than traditional fares, prompting inquiries from passengers. Some passengers who book online noticed that the price didn't match those posted on the page. This is because there's an add-on similar to a convenience fee, she said. Despite promoting of convenience of online booking, Usop acknowledged the price challenge, especially for financially struggling individuals. She said that some bus companies collaborated with other agencies for online booking, resulting in a slight fare increase, while others still issued traditional tickets. The DICOT manager encouraged Davaoenos to plan their excursions ahead of time to avoid the unexpected surge in passengers during the upcoming Holy Week. She noted that passenger number are anticipated to rise from an average of 35,000 to 40,000 per day to around 50,000 to 75,000 during the entire Holy Week. DCOT implemented the online booking system to accommodate the holiday season high volume of passengers. Passengers can visit the official website to book tickets and make payments through online banking and digital platform like GCash. Passengers who purchase tickets online can proceed directly to their designated and requested buses. Tulpo, who chairs the Senate Committee on Energy and Committee on Migrants Workers, said in this privileged speech on Monday, March 18, that the Protected Area Management Board PAMB allowed resorts to operate in Mount Apo buffer zone. He shared that after he aired a program concerning the resort in the Chocolate Hills of Bohol, a mountaineering group caught his attention, claiming that there are numerous resorts in the mountain reserve on the Digos City side. The resort allegedly located in the reserve are the Twin Mountain View Resort, Monte Frio Garden Resort, and Villa Ricorso. Labas na ba sa buffer zone ang mga ito? Kung pagbabasihan po yung nakita sa Google Earth, and comparing it with the map of Mount Apo, this is outside the buffer zone if we base on the Google Earth and comparing it with the map of Mount Apo, he said. Tulpo stressed that he was concerned about the welfare of the mountain since it was only the last that President Ferdinand Marcos ordered the conservation of the highest peak in the Philippines, which is vying for the United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization or UNESCO list of World Heritage Site. Tulpo said that after Marcos Jr. announced his order in October 2023, PAMB immediately acted on the structures without permits in the multiple-use zone of Mount Apo in November 2023 and started that they will look into the decline of forest covers. My question is, how did this so-called illegal structure manage to build there, he said. Tulpo expressed that PAMB only implemented a band-aid solution to the illegal structures erected in the area. He added that his office tried to reach out to PAMB about the issue, and PAMB replied that they have an action plan for the structures. PAMB said they have given these structures around 2 years to clear the area. Is plagued by so many problems such as land conversion settlement, water pollution, introduction of foreign exotic species, presence of the large communities, increasing population, destructive and inappropriate livelihood, and poverty in the area, he said. The senator then voiced his frustration that despite the multiple laws and agencies tasked with safeguarding the environment, numerous illegal activities are still being done in protected areas. Instead of finding a solution, most of these agencies point hands on which group should be blamed. Rosita Q. Safra, president of the IP Women Federation in Davao del Norte and the island garden city of Samal, Igacos, expressed gratitude as indigenous people. Women were named beneficiaries of the charity event held on Wednesday, March 20, 2024 at the Philippine Women's College of Davao, PWC. Sapra belonged to the Sama tribe, highlighted the significance of the support received, stating that it not only aids in their financial struggles but also fosters empowerment among IP women. Under her leadership, approximately 1,750 IP women from Igacos will benefit from the proceeds, alongside IP women from other parts of the province. The event not only aid in our financial struggles but also empowers us to become active participants in legislative and decision-making processes, promoting gender equality and contributing to our families and communities, she said. The proceeds will be directed towards livelihood program aimed at creating opportunities for IP women, including the production of tribal attire, bead-based accessories, and rugs, enabling them to generate income. Attorney Heroncio R. Aguio, Regional Director of the National Commission on Indigenous Peoples Davao Region, NCIP Davao, said the annual event aims to accelerate the contribution of IP women in the community. It's crucial for women to play a role in wealth management, just as it's vital for women involvement in household finances. This importance extends to managing wealth within our ancestral domain, he said. Agueo encouraged the women to utilize the funds for development programs that would benefit their communities and ancestral domain. The event, attended by various IP tribes, including Ata Manubo, Bagubo Klata, Bagubo Tagabawa, Blaan, Kagan, or Kalagan, Dibabawon, Mandaya, Manguangan, Manubo, Mansaka, Matigsalog, Ubo Manubo, Sama, and Tagakaulo, also featured performance by the Apo Sandawa Performing Ensemble composed of NCIP Davao scholars. In addition to honoring women, attendees enjoying musical performance by the Apo Sandawa Performing Ensemble, comprised of scholars supported by the NCIP Davao. Traditional food, the lumats called nilulot, which is a dish cooked inside the bamboo steam, skillfully prepared by IP women, along with other indigenous delicacies, delighted even goers. For the national news, amid the threat of pertussis in the Philippines, an infectious disease expert strongly urged the police or the public to consider wearing face masks to prevent its transmission. In a televised public briefing, Philippine College of Physicians, PCP, President Dr. Uh, Ront Jean Solante advised the public to revive their habit of wearing masks. One way to prevent this transmission is doing what we did during the coronavirus disease COVID-19 pandemic, which is to wear face masks, said Solante. Since we are declaring an infection that can be transmitted through respiratory droplets, then I will highly encourage the wearing of face masks, he added. Solante said wearing face masks is highly necessary when children go to school, since children are vulnerable to the disease. We encourage school children to always wear their face masks, he said. The PCP chief stressed, though, that even adults and the elderly are vulnerable to the disease. The adults and elderly may also be vulnerable, especially those unvaccinated from pertussis, said Solante. Pertussis or whooping cough, ubong dalahit, or tospirina in Filipino, is a highly contagious bacterial respiratory infection that causes influenza-like symptoms of mild fever, colds, and hacking cough 7 to 10 days after exposure. Based on the Department of Health data, there are 453 reported cases of pertussis in the country for the first 10 weeks of 2024. The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Atmospherical Services Administration or PAGASA declared on Friday, March 22, 2024, the end of the amihan season, which signals the start of the Philippine summer. Today, we officially declared, Daniel Servando said in a press briefing, we accept the number of warm and drier days will increase in the coming weeks and in the coming months, he added. Servando said that with the effects of El Nino, which is expected to continue, higher temperatures and drier conditions may be experienced during the month of April and May. Pag-asa Climatology and Agrometeorology Division Chief Annalisa Soles said, this warm and dry season months could be one of the warmest, which may reach up to 40 degrees Celsius, particularly in Cagayan Valley. She noted that the dangerous heat level is from 42 up to 51 degrees Celsius, while the extreme dangerous level is from 52 degrees Celsius and above, which may be precautionary measures to avoid the potential health impact of hot weather, such as staying hydrated. International news. The U.S. warned Moscow the ISIS militants were determined to target Russia in the days before assailants stormed the Crocus City or City Hall in an attack that killed scores of people. But President Vladimir Putin rejected the advice as provocative. Gunmen stormed the concert hall near Moscow on Friday, opening fire and throwing an incendiary device in the worst terrorist attack on the Russian capital in decades. ISIS has claimed responsibility for the attack. Experts say the scale of the carnage, some of which was captured in video footage obtained by CNN showing crowds of people cowering behind cushioned seats as gunshots echoed in the vast hall, would be deeply embarrassing for the Russian leaders who had championed a message of national security just a week earlier when winning the country's stage-managed election. Not only had Russian intelligence service failed to prevent the attack, they said, but Putin had failed to heed warnings from the United States that extremists were plotting to target Moscow. Earlier this month, the U.S. Embassy in Russia had said it was monitoring reports that extremists have imminent plans to target large gatherings in Moscow, including concert, and it warned U.S. citizens to avoid such places. Russia has begun using a powerful aerial bomb that has disseminated Ukrainian defenses and tilted the balance on the front lines. It has done so by converting a basic Soviet-era weapon into a gliding bomb that can cause a crater 15 meters wide. The bomb is the FAB 15,000, essentially a 1.5-ton weapon, of which nearly half comprises high explosives. It is delivered from above by fighter jets from a distance of some 60 to 70 kilometers, out of range of many Ukrainian air defenses. The FAB 15,000 is another example of how Russia is fighting its war in Ukraine, inflicting massive destruction before trying to take the territory. Recent videos from the battle lines in Donetsk region have illustrated the immense power of these bombs as they have hit thermal power plants, factories, and towers blocks, places from which the Ukrainians coordinate their defenses. The FAB 15,000 is directed towards its target by a guidance system of pop-out wings that allow it to guide towards its target. Kiray Celes has nothing but praises for her My Guardian Alien co-star Marian Rivera. At the media conference of the upcoming family fantasy series, Kiray said that it was her first time working with a Kapuso Prime Star Queen. When people around her learned about the new project, they made various comments and assumptions. Although she admitted that Marianne may seem intimidating to the public, Kiray said that she has a genuine and loving personality. The two have formed a friendship on set, with Kiray even giving Marianne a fruit arrangement for Valentine's Day. Ariana Grande released her last single and music video titled Yes and on Friday, and we're getting a distinct message from the Grammy winner. In the Christian Breslauer directed video, Grande faces a group of jaded critics who sit and watch her perform with her dancers. Prior to the performance, they are all seen and heard gossiping about her, saying things like how they preferred the singer when her ponytail was a few centimeters high. Inside the loop-like space, the critics are met with statues of Grande and her dancers. Grande then enters in a hat, sounding a lot of Madonna or like Madonna in Vogue, to sing and dance for the audience. For the sports news, Galleries Towers Clubs winless strong group athletic for second straight win. The high riser made short work of SGA, carving out a convincing sweep 25-17, 25-14, 25-12 in the 2024 PVL All-Filipino Conference at the Inares Center Antipolo. After a brief struggle in the early goings, Galleries Towers leaned on Fem Inmas, Isa Jimenez, and Audrey Paran to pull away and secure the opener. The high riser then carried momentum in the second frame, with Grace Bombita taking charge, creating a cushion, and swelled to as high as 11. Galleries Tower never looked back in the decisive third to clinch the win that pushed its record to 2-4. It's the team's first winning streak in its young PVL franchise history. Galleries Towers overwhelmed SGA with a 48-19. Women's college basketball. How Caitlin Clark rewrote the rules. Caitlin Clark stands alone on the Iowa Hockey's home floor with 15,000 fans transfixed by the moment, and more than 3 million viewers are watching on television. She drains a free throw, effortless than another. The home crowd erupts. These routine points earlier this month surpassed the all-time college basketball scoring record for both men and women, launching Clark into a pantheon of the sport. It's been a season for the ages of Clark, 22, whose talent has fueled a boom in interest in the women's game as March Madness got underway this week. Star Stephen Curry called her record-breaking performance must-see TV in an interview with CBS earlier this month. Viewers apparently agree. This year, college women's basketball had one of its best regular seasons in history, with regular season games averaging 476,000 viewers on ESPN platforms when it has been a 37% viewers increase. Lola Edad was transferred to the town Ragay in March 1924. He was a member of the guerrilla group that fought against Japanese captors during his departure. Lola Edad has 12 children and 32 grandchildren today. At the age of 100, Lola Edad is still strong and walking. His ears were partially weakened. His memory remained sharp. His eyes were still clear. According to Lola Edad, the number 8 makes him stronger. He continued to ask the Lord for his wife. Lola's secret is to eat at the night time, eat his food raw. He doesn't eat any meat. On her birthday celebrations, Lola Edad presented her favorite song. According to Lola Edad's sons, their mother did not become too heavy for them. It's so lovely. This is a game that Lola is playing on the story and sharing the experiences she has had in her life. This Friday, Lola Edad receives a recognition or pardon from President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Lola Edad also received the recognition of Sangguniang Bayan of Gallego. In addition, Lola Edad has also received 100,000 pounds for the national government as her centenary gift. Lola is now waiting for financial help from the local government of Camarines Sur worth 50,000 pounds as recognition of her coming age. For the international features, in abandoned warehouse at squats of this once divided city, young people thirsty for freedom started a cultural revolution that has now been recognized by UNESCO. Kingston has reggae, New York has hip-hop, and Berlin has techno. This throbbing electronic music style became the soundtrack of liberation following a fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989, and has remained synonymous with the city ever since. Now, a cultural revolution that was sparked in the abandoned warehouse and communist era squats of the once divided city by young people thirsty for freedom has been recognized by UNESCO and inscribed on the German National Registry of Intangible Cultural Heritage. The designation will allow techno clubs access to government's fundings and supports, a much-needed asset as soaring rents have caused what's been dubbed locally as a clubbing crisis. Dimitri Hegeman was there for a birth of Berlin's techno boom. It was there when the wall calmed down. The activists and organizers told the BBC that was an incredible situation. It's generated a very positive atmosphere in town. When the wall came down, everybody was open for something new. A towering figure in the city clubbing since German reunification in 1990. Hegman founded the new world-renowned techno club Treasure in 1991 in the vault of an abandoned department store in East Berlin. In recent years, he has championed the movement to grant Berlin's club culture UNESCO status, which was announced on 13 March 2024. For the side story, let's watch this. And for the trivia, the city iconic People's Park is a former detention center turned urban oasis. Now a beloved recreational spot, People's Park features lush garden sculptures and a majestic Dorian dome. And that is for today's news. Please like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more videos. This is Gilbert Lopez Martí Cazzo. Goodbye.